And you know you've got painful procedure that this man has to go through. You don't want him to feel anything. You know, Doctor, we could make this visit of yours much easier for you today if we just show you the difference between what happens when a person's tense and what happens when a person is relaxed. Would you like to see what happens when you lose some of that tension that you've got? Because I suppose you're scared to death of what I'm going to do to you today, and you don't have to worry at all so long as we get you rid of these tensions. Would you like to get rid of them? All right. Take a long, deep breath. Now, just let that surface tension just disappear. Now, open your eyes. Now, I'm going to pull them shut. Now, relax the muscles that are underneath my fingers to the point where the eye muscles won't work. When you're sure those eye muscles won't work, test them and make sure they won't work. Then let that feeling go right down to your toes. Now, Doctor, I'm going to lift your hand and drop it, and if you're really relaxed, that hand will just plop down in your lap. I couldn't ask for better relaxation than that, because his hand weighs a ton and it's perfectly relaxed. You know that the threshold has changed even before you start giving suggestions. But now you start giving the selective thinking, which comprises the hypnosis. Now you would start saying, now, Doctor, in just a moment, I'm going to take you in the other room, and we're going to get you ready for this examination. And when we get you on the table and you're up on your side, I want you to close your eyes and relax the muscles of your eyes just like you've got them relaxed now. Send that feeling down to your toes. And, Doctor, you won't feel anything that we have to do. You will have complete anesthesia. Nothing will bother, nothing will disturb. Now, open your eyes and we'll get you ready for that examination. All right, open your eyes. Now you would take him in. He would be prepared for the occasion. Get him up on the table in whatever position that you generally do that type of examination in. Get him into that position. And now say, now relax like I told you to do. And he will automatically, now watch. We're gonna follow it as though he's on the table now. Now relax like I told you to do, Doctor. Relax like I told you to do. Make sure those eye muscles won't work. And gentlemen, you've got a very deep state already. A very pleasantly deep state at this point. Now, I'm going to show you that it is much deeper than you people think. You probably think that at this point we have light hypnosis. At this point, in most instances, we have deep hypnosis. If you can set compound fractures and do rectal examinations and vaginal examinations and every type of examination and painful procedure without the patient feeling anything, you've got to have a pretty deep state of hypnosis. And I want to show you how deep it is in most instances. I'm going to lift your hand. I don't want you to do this. I don't want anybody to do this yet. We're not ready for it yet. That is, the class isn't. I'm doing this because I want to show you that it is much deeper than you think it is. When I lift your hand and drop it, Doctor, want your telephone number of your office to disappear from your mind. Just want it to disappear from your mind, and you'll find that it'll drop out as I drop the hand. Now, when you try to think of your telephone number, it just goes further and further and further away, and you just can't find it at all. Now, when you try to find it, it just isn't there. Try to find it, and you'll see that's exactly what happens. You can't find it at all. It's gone completely. Let it be gone completely. Gone, isn't it? See? Now, there you've got somnambulism, and that's the test for it. So you see, it isn't as light hypnosis as you thought. It's much deeper. I'll lift your hand again, drop the telephone number, come right back, and then you'll open your eyes and you'll feel wonderful. All right, how do you feel?
Fine.
Isn't that a nice feeling? But where'd the number go? Just disappeared temporarily, that's all. But he has a much deeper state because of it. It is somnambulism. And in somnambulism, you get anesthesia. You don't get analgesia anymore if you give your suggestions properly. You get anesthesia in somnambulism. All right, Doctor, now you've seen the approach as the adult. You've seen it as the youngster. Now, will you take the next, Doctor? Suppose you come on up, Doctor, and he'll treat you both as the adult and the youngster so as to tackle both situations.
What's your first name?
VA, they call it. My initial rear.
VA, we've got to look at your ears while you're in the office today, and we want to make you comfortable. And you play games at home. You have some soldiers that you play with, pirates. Let's play a game like that here in the office. And you'll play the game with me. We can look at your ears and you'll feel no discomfort at all. You'll feel perfectly good. If you would now, open your eyes real big.
And not with two fingers, Doctor. That's a mistake in so many people. Not at least not those two fingers. Don't anybody do it with those two fingers. In so many parts of the country and parts of the world, that is considered as the sign of the devil, and is considered a hex sign in a good many places. Therefore, do it with those two fingers. Don't do it with those two. See, do it with a forefinger and thumb, and don't do it with the first two fingers. Okay, Doctor.
Now, open your eyes real big, and close your eyes. Now, with your eyes closed, pretend that they won't open. Pretend real hard. Pretend like you're playing a game with me and the eyes won't open. Now, you're pretending so well that when we look at your ears, you'll feel no discomfort at all. You keep playing with me, keep pretending that the eyes won't open.
Now, Doctor, you could go ahead at this point and examine his ears. He wouldn't feel it. Let him see that he wouldn't. He would love to know that he could have an examination like that and not feel it. Did you make it the test? Sure. All right.
Now, when I tell you to open your eyes and quit playing the game, you'll feel perfectly good. Now open your eyes. How do you feel?
Good. Doctor, that was very good for a start. Now, take him from the adult level, huh?
Okay. Now, Dr. Leopold.
And incidentally, did you notice that you did that well within a minute? That's why I said that's what I want. You got him ready for treatment within 1 minute. That's perfect. Now do the same thing as the adult.
You have an abscess back here that needs some attention. We can help you to relax. We can open that without any discomfort on your part. If you would take a big breath, just deep breath in and let it out. Let it clear out. Now open your eyes wide if you were in. Now just let them go closed, my friend. Now that your eyes are closed, let the muscles around the eyes relax completely so that the eyes won't open. And when you're sure they won't open, test them. Be sure they won't open. Now let that relaxation go all over, clear down to your toes. You have relaxation all over. You feel very good. When I pick your arm up and drop it, it'll just sag. Now you'll feel perfectly good. When I touch your neck, you'll feel no discomfort at all. Finished now doing what is necessary. When I have you open your eyes, you'll feel good. Now open your eyes and tell me how you feel.
Doctor, that's excellent. 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 The first man up and did a job where there wasn't one correction necessary for the semantics. There's one correction I would like to make, though, that when you said the eyes won't open to an adult, it's much better wording for the adult is to say that the eye muscles won't work. Because the eye muscles won't work and you're on the same side of the fence, but when you say to a person, you can't open your eyes, that sounds like a challenge, and the average adult says, the devil, I can't, and opens them, and then the doctor feels embarrassed. So don't use the words, you can't open your eyes. Just say the muscles won't work. It's much better language. Outside of that, it was a perfect induction.
Do you feel me do anything back here except this?
I can just feel you working there. I didn't
I pinched a little. Okay.
All right, thank you, doctor. Will you take the next man? Will you come up? Taking as the child first and then the adult.
Okay. What is your first name?
Arnold.
Arnold. You play games at home, don't you, Arnold?
Oh, sure.
And today in my office we want to do a little work for you on your arm. And we don't want it to hurt you at all.
Oh, doctor, I wouldn't use that word hurt.
We don't want any discomfort whatsoever. So we want to teach you to relax, complete relaxation. And I want you to pretend, if you'll just look at my fingers, Open your eyes real wide.
That's right.
Now I'm going to close your eyes, and I want you to pretend that your eyes won't open, that the muscles won't work. Just pretend that the muscles in your eyes just won't work. And when you're sure they won't work, I want you to test them. Test your eyes. And then let this relaxation
No,
go.
with a child, you wouldn't have to send it down their body.
I see.
You can work direct with a child.
Yes.
Now, just because you're playing this game so well, you see.
Just because you're playing this game so well, anything we do in our office today, there'll be no discomfort at all. You won't mind it at all. Now I want to do a little work on your arm here. And you won't feel it. Now we're all through with you, and you have had no discomfort whatsoever. Now when I tell you to open your eyes, I want you to see how good you feel. Open your eyes. How do you feel?
Now, Doctor, that was perfect. That was perfect, except that one little where you just went haywire with that one word, hurt. Don't use the word hurt or pain or knife or needle or sharp or any of those things. All right.
What is the difference where you're trying to get relaxation when they've had a hypo or had a hypodermic? I tried it this morning on a patient.
How do you mean?
And I was doing a hernia operation, and I had intended to talk to him before, but I did it in another hospital, and I didn't have time to talk to him. So after I got in the operating room and was all scrubbed up, I talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he had had an HMC, and of course, they make him kind of wild when you talk to him. But he was wide enough awake to talk to me when he come in, called me by name and everything, talked to me in. And I was intended doing it under a local anesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to get my relaxation. I couldn't use a handshake or anything that way because I was all scrubbed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was coming along just fine, and I tested his eyes a couple times, and he couldn't open them.
Mm-hmm.
But he finally opened them wide and stared at me with like you do with the HMC, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just figured I'd failed, and I went right on.
No, I would have just said, close your eyes and just.
But
just relax
I intended to give him a little gas while I put the anesthetic in.
Mm-hmm.
And the nurse sat down at the table and to give it, and he went right off to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just went ahead and put my anesthetic in, and he never flinched a bit, and he slept all the time I was working.
Yeah, well, you had.
But I figured I'd failed on him.
No, you didn't fail, Doctor. You were using what we call the Mayo technique, and you'll learn that tonight before we finish. That is, you'll take it home with you to study it, but this is the Mayo technique, and you'll see that it's very wonderful. All right, Doctor, treat him as the adult now, and see if you can do as good a job on the adult as you did on the youngster.
I've noticed when you come into my office, you're just a little bit on edge and a little nervous. And I'd like to teach you to relax today. And if we can teach you to relax, complete relaxation, you won't bother coming. It won't bother you to come here at all. And anything I do for you won't bother you. If you'll just look at my hand here for just a second.
Well, I wouldn't use those two fingers, Doctor. That's another.
And then I'm going to close your eyes. And just let your muscles of your eye completely relax. Just let them completely relax. When they're completely relaxed and you know they're relaxed, I want you to try them. Now, when I lift your hand up, and if you're completely relaxed, it'll drop in your lap. And just let that relaxation go clear down to your toes. Now, anything we do for you here today is not going to cause you any discomfort, and you won't mind these calls at all.
Just stay relaxed like that while we work on you.
Now just relax like this while we're doing the work for you. In a few minutes, I'll ask you to open your eyes, and I want you to tell us how you feel. Open your eyes. How do you feel?
Very nice.
Did you get any relaxation?
Very much. Doctor, that was all right. There was nothing wrong except omit that word hurt. You get a much better result if you don't use it.
What would he do?
And then one more thing, Doctor. I noticed that you omitted the long, deep breath at the start with the adult. And I think that long, deep breath sets the stage. And when you get more into the habit of doing it, you'll find that that long, deep breath just seems automatic to you, and you won't omit it. So it really isn't a mistake. You could really do without it because it's merely scene setting. But it does set the stage very beautifully for your patient, because your patient now is beginning to comply, you know. Very nicely done, Doctor. Let's take the next one. Would you come up, Doctor, please?
I'll like this.
You wanted to ask a question, Doctor. Now let's take the
Yes,
question.
what would have happened if I would have said, no, I don't want you to hypnotize me?
Well, he would have just gone ahead and let you have it the hard way, that's all, I guess, because I know that's what I would do. If I was the doctor and the patient says, I don't want you to hypnotize me, if I felt that the patient needed it and didn't know too much about it, I would use a technique which would hypnotize just the same. And they wouldn't even know it was hypnosis. But if the patient was out and out saying no to me, I wouldn't even try because I know that was resistance. And I wouldn't get anything. Uh-oh, somebody's... Yes, sure.
Don't get mad at me now.
No, why should I get
Why
mad?
then do you use the word hypnosis along all the time? Why don't we just lose relaxation?
Well, I use it, Doctor, because that's what this course is hypnosis. But I teach the doctors not to use it because I don't feel that it's a good word in a doctor's office. Because so much false information has been given out about hypnosis. Hypnosis is really a very wonderful thing. But
Each time I hear you say hypnosis, I don't get away from it. I still got hypnosis. If I hear relaxation, I think relaxation all the time.
well, you may have something there. I don't know. I won't disagree with you there. But I just know that I want you to know that we're not getting away from hypnosis because this is hypnosis that I am teaching you. We could call it relaxation, but it would still be hypnosis. You know what I mean? It's all right to call it relaxation in your office, but right here I call it hypnosis because I know that that's what I'm teaching you. You ready, Doctor?
I think so.
All right.
I know your first name here, Bert. Would you like to play a little game in my office today? Okay. We got to do a little work for you, and we want to make it real nice for you. And if you'll play a little game, I suppose you'd like to play your cowboy. That's what most of them do out in our country. If you'd like to play a little game with us, well, we'll do this work, and it won't bother you one little bit. We're going to play a game of pretend. If you want to just open your eyes wide, just let me close your eyes. That's fine. Now you just pretend that you can't move those eyes at all. Just pretend that those eyes won't move a bit. As you pretend that game, you'll do this work. You'll feel fine all the time. It won't bother you a bit. You'll feel me doing it, but it won't bother you a bit. Now we'll just take your hand here and just raise it up right.
What you doing?
You guys go.
No, I know, but now what's he do if I say, hey, what are you doing there?
All right.
Oh,
He just tells you to close your eyes again.
Close your
You don't
eyes.
pretend. Now let me tell you what I would do, Doc. Suppose we had a little kid like that. Here's a question posed by the doctor. This isn't apt to happen, as any man who has been my student can tell you. It won't happen very often. But that it can happen or is quite possible if you don't use the right semantics, yes. Do exactly what you did before, Doctor, and let me give you the answer. He's got his eyes closed. He's pretending he can't open them.
Right.
Now the doctor starts to work.
Hey, what you doing?
Now, all right. Now, look, what's your first name, Bert? All right. Bert, do you want to feel what I'm doing?
No.
Then you better pretend, because if you don't pretend, you're going to feel it. It's only when you pretend, like I told you, that you won't feel it. The work has to be done. Now, you either got to have it the easy way or the hard way. Now, which way do you want it?
Take the easy way.
All right, you close your eyes and pretend you'll have the easy way then. And you'll get right by that. But don't hesitate to use that. Which do you want, the hard way or the easy way? I'll even say that, and have said that, to women right in the delivery room. You see, when I am called in a delivery room, it is usually when the woman is in the midst of active labor, and she is going through the devil when they tell me, come on in and see if you can help this woman. Now, I've got to get her between maybe contractions that are coming every minute or so. And if I start telling her to relax. I can't relax. I can't relax. Then I said, well, now look, do you want to have the baby the hard way or the easy way? Because if you want to have the baby the easy way, you've got to do what I tell you right away. Now close your eyes and pretend you can't open your eyes. That's all you have to do. Now, keep doing that and you won't feel anything. You just relax all over. Now let that feeling go right down to your toes, because this is the technique that I will use in the delivery room. The very technique that you're seeing right now, because it's fast and sure and accurate, and you'll get it. You'll get it awfully fast. You probably had to do that in the midst of labor, haven't you, doctor? And have you ever had to say to a woman, you want to have it the hard way or the easy way? Because you'll find that woman who was almost hysterical will calm right down when you say that to her, and she's, oh, well, of course I want it the easy way. Then do as I tell you. And then she'll cooperate, and when she cooperates, almost instantly, she goes into a deep state of hypnosis, and from there on in, she has no discomfort whatsoever. So just know that, and don't be afraid to say that to the patient. You'll find it'll work. Yes?
I think one thing that we use the word open with children, but they can't open their eyes because they don't understand it much better than can't work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. For a child, you say you can't open your eyes because that's a direct approach. But to an adult, you say the eye muscles won't work. That's right. That's correct. All right, doctor. Suppose you go right ahead from that point where you pretend you can't open your eyes. Pretend you can't open your eyes.
Pretend you can't open your eyes, and keep pretending now that you can't open your eyes. And as I'm doing this for you, it won't bother you a bit. You'll feel it, but it won't bother you. Now, after we're through, it's going to make that feel so much better. Work's all done. I tell you to open your eyes, you'll be able to. You're going to feel a lot better. Open your eyes. We're all done.
Notice how the signs are all there? Mm-hmm. And beautifully, he shows the signs beautifully. I think you can all see them from where you are. Is that correct?
Gold.
What?
You said I was gold.
Now, I don't know. You had the Alice clamps there. Did you want him to use them?
No. I haven't started that yet. We'll roll him up first.
All right. Because if
I know we can do that.
All right. Take him from the adult level, doctor.
Well, Bert, you seem extremely nervous, and I know we're not up here to enjoy this, but we're going to make you enjoy this if you'd like to. I can teach you how to come in here and have a real good time while we're here. I think we can make it very, very pleasant for you. Would you just take a good deep breath, get comfortable, let it all out. Now open your eyes if you will. I'm going to close your eyes, just like that. Allow them to remain closed, and pretend that you can't move the eye muscles. Keep trying not to move the eye muscles at all. The eye muscles just won't work. Your eye muscles won't work.
You don't have to keep repeating that. Just go right ahead, doctor.
You're getting that good relaxed feeling in your eyes. Now let's let it go all the way down to your toes. From the top of your head down to your toes. Now I'm going to test you. I'm going to lift your arm. I'm going to let it drop. This won't bother you. Now we have a little work to do. This won't bother you a bit. You feel it, but you'll have no trouble with it whatsoever. Work is all done. You felt it, but it didn't bother you. When I tell you to open your eyes, you'll feel much, much better. Open your eyes. Tell me how you feel.
Fine.
How much did you feel that
About it.
No, it didn't hurt at all. I think I felt you point at those things, too.
Yeah.
Too much.
You should have put them out.
All right, that's okay.
I hope I didn't ruin your surgical hand for tomorrow.
No, I didn't feel it.
Very nicely done, doctor. You know, I'll tell you something. We've got some people now who are beginning to really learn semantics beautifully, and I'm very glad of that. Would you work on her, doctor?
What is your name?
Ulrich.
Ruth.
No, Ulrich.
Oh, Ruth.
Yeah.
Your first name?
Or apostrophe, really.
Why? We're going to have to do a few things to you today, my dear, and so that it won't bother you at all, I want you to pretend along with me.
How big am I first?
You're now about 6. So if we play here and we just make this a game of pretend, I don't think that you're going to even mind what I do to you at all today. Actually, play along with me and pretend, just as we do this now. And so I want you to open your eyes real wide. And then I'm just going to take my hand and close your eyes. That's it. Just start closing. That's fine. Now you just keep pretending that you can't even open them. That's fine. Remember, all the time we must pretend that they won't even open at all. Now, if you pretend this real hard, they won't even open. And you just try it and see while you're pretending that they won't open. And now when I look at your ear, this isn't going to bother you a bit, and you just keep pretending. Pretend that we can't open our eyes, and we'll just go ahead and look in the ear like we did yesterday, except today it's not even going to hurt at all.
Don't make any tests after that, Doctor.
No, we won't. Now we're all through. Now, dear, open your eyes and see. Didn't it feel good? I didn't bother you a bit.
Oh, were you? Did you all practice?
I think at least I use the word hurt with kids. You keep explaining it's not going to hurt much, so much that it's hard to get rid of it.
Yeah, but do get rid of it, because if you did that to a kid and then made a test, he'd say, ouch. See, despite the fact, because you planted a pain image in his mind. So this is a very suggestible state. You just say the word hurt, and boy, they feel it terribly immediately. So never use a word that paints an image of pain while you're using hypnosis. All right, Doctor. Now take it as the adult level, and I think...
Now, Ruth, last week when you were in, we had a miserable time. You're all tense, excited, and let's try it a different way today. I think if you relax with me, and we both relax, it's going to be much more pleasant for both of us. Now take a big, deep breath once and watch how it works. That's it. Just let it all out. Now, I want you just to look at my fingers. And then I'm just going to rub my fingers across your eyes and just let them close. That's it. Now let all the muscles around your eye close. Relax them real well until the muscles won't even work. That's it, real well, so they won't even work at all. Then when you're sure they won't work, then just check them and be sure that they won't. Now the same way that you have your eye muscles relaxed, I want you to let that go right down to the floor. Let all the muscles of your arms and your legs relax. Just let them relax completely. That's fine. And then when I pick up your hand, if it's relaxed the way we want, it'll just drop down. That's swell. Now you're completely relaxed, and then I'm going to have you in just a few moments open your eyes. And then when we go in the other room to examine you, it won't bother you in the slightest. So now when we go in, remember, this won't even bother you at all.
And when you get in there, and you're on the table and all that, tell her about it. Why don't you close your eyes, relax like this.
And then after we get in there, we're going to just do this all over again. We're going to relax the same way, and the whole procedure won't even bother you in the slightest.
That's it.
Now, you're going to feel fine. Just open your eyes. That's it. How do you feel?
You know, you're so right in what you said a little while ago. He's got a beautiful manner with him, hasn't he? Very, very nice. Very
sexy.
Huh? Yeah, isn't he, though? Yeah. Come on up, Doc. Would you sit there, please?
Sonny, you've been a little stinking pistol.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know, all you have to do when you come in here, is just relax with me, and you'll have this doggone good time. See Maverick lesson? We pretend. Let's play a little game at home. You just pretend you're watching old Maverick again, and as you pretend, when I have to give you that old penicillin shot, it's not going to hurt your little old butt one bit.
Oh, quit it. I'm just a kid. Don't talk to me like that.
Well, I talk to my kids.
Oh, you do?
That's exactly that. I talk to my little kids.
Very good way to talk.